Alright gamers, welcome back. World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore Ironman Adventures, episode 160, episode 10 on the Dwarf Paladin. We're already on episode 10 and we're only level 14. Think about that. We've done a lot of other things though. We've done a lot of traveling, we've done a lot of reading, role-playing, did a lot of profession work. We basically backtracked and we did all of Elwind, which we're still finishing that up now, but it's a little later tonight. I think it's what is it, 12:20, 12:30? We're going to go for a late night sesh. I don't have to be up early tomorrow, which is nice. It's my day off. I'll be completely honest, man. I got Marathon, and I have been hooked on that game. I'm a fan of extraction shooters. I like them a lot, and I played the Server Slam for Marathon, and I wasn't crazy about it. But then I watched this guy Lucid. He's like a ex-Halo pro. I watched Lucid play some, and it just got me hooked, man. I was like, oh, who did that?
Thank you.
Just watching, there's an art to watching people that are better than you at a game, and like absorbing that information and taking it into your own gameplay. I also play, of course, like every other person in the world, I play League of Legends, and I've played it for a long time. Me and my buddies played it since Season 1. We got into it in high school. And I have some buddies that have been playing for a really long time. I don't really play that much now. I mostly just play ARAM with my friends, but some of my buddies are like still grinding ranked. And I'll try and help them, guide them along their journey. Because I've watched a lot of League, a lot of Pro League, and I've learned a lot from it. And they just don't really watch a lot of League, and I think it's really, really important that you watch people that are better than you. I know that sounds crazy, but probably for some people it doesn't. It should make sense. It's like if you wanted to be a professional basketball player, you should watch the pros and like pick up tips from how they play, how they run the court. You know what I mean? Like, how's their defense? How's their offense? Like, what should I do? What should I look to improve on? How, what techniques do they use when they're shooting? Like, absorb that knowledge and information. Don't just like go in blind and figure it out yourself. There's like some merit to that, sure, but honestly, like, you should utilize every advantage you can, and that is a huge advantage. So that's just me. But yeah, I've been stuck on Marathon, man. I played earlier today before I went and did some errands and worked, and then went to gym. And then when I got home, I was like, all right, I'm gonna record our WoW session, just one tonight. But then I got pulled back in on Marathon, and I was like, all right, I got everything that I needed to get done on Marathon today, and then I was like, okay, now we'll jump on some hardcore WoW. I'll play for an hour. We need to head back to the Eastvale logging camp, talk to Sarah Timberlin again. I need to talk to Guard Thomas. There's a bounty on the Murlocs. Just need to get 8 fins. That's not bad. And then we'll head over to the left side near the forest's edge and go ahead and take on the Garrison Needs Help and Hogger. And then from there, I think we go back into Stormwind, catch the tram, go back to Ironforge, find Bingles, run through, and then head into Loch Madon, and we'll be starting Loch Madon, so. Thank you. See? There are some good people still out there. I remember we had that realization, I think it was like last night or the night before that, where I was like, you know what, I'm not buffing anyone. They don't appreciate it. That was the wrong mentality, man. Even if they don't say thank you, just know you're doing the Lord's work. You're out here blessing the people. That's what the light would really want. Even if they don't appreciate it, even if they don't recognize you. It's your job. It's your duty. I'm learning a lot of life lessons being a paladin. Do it even if you don't want to do it. Do it because you should do it. Do it because you have to do it, right? There's a beautiful message there. And those that appreciate it, it makes it even better. But even if they don't, We got a little jaded there for a bit, just like in real life. I've gotten jaded before, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck them. It's not the way to go, man. It's not the way to go. Just spread your love, spread your light. Even if people don't appreciate it. Do it for yourself. All right, we're close. It's a bit of a run, but we'll get to Thomas any second now, and then we'll pop on a new sharpening stone. I'm actually really excited to get rid of this training sword. It's been really good for us, but it just doesn't look that cool, man. I gotta be honest, it doesn't look that cool. It's just a wooden sword. We have Arcane Intellect, and Power Word Fortitude on right now. 20 stamina. That's an extra 200 health. That's really nice. I need to try and get to Hogger while I have this buff on, honestly. Now that I'm thinking about it. But it's probably too late. It'll take me damn near 20 minutes to run over here. Miss Angel. Hello. Now, every level we get from 14 to 19 is going to be so juicy because we get an extra point in spiritual focus every single level, which is just going to be huge. Both Flash of Light and Holy Light lose knockback while we cast it in combat.
The Stormwind
That's
Army
huge.
has placed a bounty on Murloc lurkers and foragers in Elwyn. Slaughter them and bring me their torn Murloc fins, and the Stormwind Army will reward you well. The Murlocs have built a village at Stone Cairn Lake north of here, and another to the south where the stream forks.
Alright. It's about 1.5 silver for that quest. We'll go talk to Sarah Timberlane real quick. We've already read this voucher. It's basically just saying you can give him a piece of leather or cloth, but... Let's try and be quick with the torn Murloc fins so I can have some of this Power Word Fortitude left. I should still have Arcane Intellect, but...
Need help?
I've been commissioned by the Stormwind Army to supply their people with cloth and leather armor. If you have a marker for me, then I'd be happy to make you something.
Ah, thank you for the marker.
We'll take the
Please
pants.
feel free to pick your choice of armor. Luck to you, brave adventurer, and may this armor serve you well.
Thank you, sister. We'll sell it after we take on all these Murlocs, because I'm going to have stuff to sell anyways. So let's... Oops. Target ourselves, sharpen our blade, eat some beer-basted boar ribs, get some stamina and spirit, so I have higher health regen, higher max health, and higher mana regen. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have enough of duration left on that Power Word Fortitude, but it's really nice because it's like basically double my health pool. If I was being smart, I would have headed straight to Hogger, but I'll take on a few of these boys. There's a chest too, that's nice. Love a miss. One fin so far. Now remember, the respawn rate here is pretty crazy. Trying to make sure we get this chest just in case it has some leather in there. Nope. Realistically, I'm more likely to get leather from the fishing pools. 68 armor, it's not as good as our gloves right now. Easy here. Hey, level 15 on that. Which means we get a point in spiritual focus. That's nice. Alright, come on, one more. We might actually be able to get the Hogger in time. Nice. Alright, quickly head back to Thomas. Do we actually organically just loot? Yeah, wow. 5 more healing potions, 3 from the chest, 2 from the actual Murlocs themselves. That's crazy. Alright, if we're quick enough, I might be able to swing through Goldshire, sell all this junk real quick. Maybe even I go to the Stone, what was her name? Stone Mason? Stone Edge family's farm near Hogger here and sell it there. So obviously we'll go 5 points in spiritual focus, and then for level 20 we'll probably pick up consecration. This is a big AoE ability.
Well met.
How goes the hunting veil?
You have the Finns? Great. Marshal Dugan is anxious about the Murloc situation in Eastern Elwyn, and I'd like to tell him that it's becoming under control. Your actions have helped realize that.
Nice. So yeah, we'll probably pick up consecration at level 20. And then 21 to 22, we are probably going to go with Lay on Hands. Possibly, I don't know, there's a lot of good abilities here to take. Healing Light could be nice, 3 points in there, that's 4, 8, 12, 12% bonus healing on our Holy Light and Flash of Light spells, which basically means I could downrank some of our heals and they would heal even harder. Improved Lay on Hands is really nice because gives the target of your Lay on Hands spell a 15% bonus to the armor value for items for 2 minutes. So if I ever have to use Lay on Hands, I get, this goes all the way up to 30. I would get 30% bonus to my armor value. And of course, once we get to plate, that's going to be even better. But it also reduces the cooldown of Lay on Hands by 10 minutes each point, and Lay on Hands has an hour-long cooldown, so that would take it down to 40 minutes. So every 40 minutes we have our oh shit button, right? That's really nice as well. Unyielding Faith increases your chance to resist fear and disorient effects by 5%. I'm not really crazy about that. And then after that, we probably wouldn't even go any further into Holy. Like I'd probably go 5, 5, 3, 1, 2. So 26, or no, 16 points. Is that what it is? Yeah, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points into Holy. And then the rest would probably go into Protection. We go ahead and pick up Redoubt, increases our chance to block by 6%, going up by 5 times, so all the way up to 30. Well, this is after being the victim of a crit. But it does let us pick up shield specialization, which would give me an extra increase in the amount of damage absorbed by your shield by 10%, all the way up to 30%. That would be nice too.
How are you?
I don't know. I'm doing a completely custom, like, all about survivability build here. I'm going to ignore that copper for now. We've got a ton of copper, and I really want to just get to Hogger while I have this buff going. An extra 200 health might make the difference, you know? But, yeah, let me keep looking in here. Increases your chance to hit with melee weapons by 1%. That could be nice. You know, an extra 3% to hit is, it's really nice. We know how frustrating missing swings there is. Increases your armor value from items by 2%. This gets us all the way up to 10%. This seems like it might be a bait, honestly. Because let's say I have 1,000 armor, that's only giving me 100 extra armor, which is like what? A chest piece, you know what I mean? Like, it's a difference, but it's not like that much. So I feel like toughness might be a bit of a bait. I'd honestly rather just have improved devotion aura. That would take us all the way up to 25% bonus on the armor of this, and we get a lot of armor from this. But again, readout seems like it might be the play, just to be able to get... If I do get crit, I have an increased chance to block attacks with my shield for 5 blocks. And then I can also block a higher amount. That's another one up there that we're going to ignore for right now. I've only got 8 minutes left on the buff. No, you know what? I got time to hit that one real quick. Guardian's Favor is nice. Reduces the cooldown on my Blessing of Protection by 60 seconds. It's got a 5-minute cooldown, so that would take it all the way down to a 3-minute cooldown. Increases my defense skill by 2. This would take it up to 10, so at max level I could have 410 defense. Right now it would take it up to 80 out of 85. This one might be a little bit of a bait too, I'm not sure though. I'd have to read online about what other paladins think. Blessing of Kings is a really nice one. Increases your stat total by 10%. Not only just for myself, but for other people as well. It's nice to be able to throw Blessing of Kings on people. Out of all of the blessings, Blessing of Kings is probably the best one. Decreasing the cooldown on Hammer of Justice would be really nice. Take it down 15 seconds, so it would only be a 45-second cooldown for a stun. Blessing of Sanctuary. It's also really good. It's basically like a Thorns. Reckoning is like, you know, people talk about wreck bombing in for paladins. Alright, let's focus up Hogger. Wanted Hogger. A huge gnoll Hogger is prowling the woods in southwestern Elwyn. He has overpowered all attempts at his capture. The Stormwind army has placed a generous bounty on the gnoll. To earn the reward, bounty hunters should bring proof of Hogger's demise to Marshal Dugan in Goldshire. We get some new pants. They are actually better than what we have, I think. Actually, no, ours are better, but I'd probably take the stick then. And the Deputy Rainer.
I can't believe the officials in Stormwind sending the bulk of our army abroad when our home front is under so much pressure. With thieves coming from Westfall and gnolls encroaching from the east and west, it's a wonder Stormwind itself is besieged. Marshal Dugan sent you, huh? Well, you're not from the army, but if Dugan sent you, then that's good enough for me. Our situation is, to say the least, a stressed one. I hope you can give us a hand. Gnolls, brutish creatures with no decent business in these lands, have been seen along the borders of Elwyn Forest. A large pack of them, many more than we can handle alone, have infested the woods south of the guard tower yonder. Another group has infested the areas near Stonecairn Lake to the east. The Stormwind army will commend whomever helps kill them. Bring me their painted gnoll armbands as proof of your deed.
Let's go for Hogger right away. I only have 5 minutes left on this blessing. Or power word, Fortitude. He should be more towards the back. Let's add him to our target macro. Whoops. We'll deal with the gnolls after we take down Hogger. There he is. 666 health. He is an elite, not a rare. There you go. Let's see. I'm trying to just pull him. Love a parry. Go ahead and get the stun on cooldown. Whoops, I should have judged. Probably could have stone formed too, but miss, dodge, miss, parry, miss. All right, we got him, boys. Not bad. Not bad at all. This would have been a little more challenging if I was like level 11 or 10 or something like that, but nice. There is a chest in the back. Let's clear out right there. I pulled the whole camp. Okay, this might be a little dicey. Need to hurry up and take down 2 of them. See how the pushback works. This would be even nicer if I had 5 points, though. Nice, 113 crit. Top ourselves off there. Yo, oh, we got the schedule. This is what we were trying to get last night. Huge luck on that. I'll read that in just a second. We got some copper. I'd have been more stoked if it was some leather, but it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, again, the big thing that I'm learning with this judgment macro is I really just need to be careful with range. I need to make sure if I want to range pull something, I need to make sure that it's actually in my range and don't just go spamming the R button, because then I'm basically just spamming Seal of Righteousness and I'm wasting my mana. So far we've been pretty good. Like, bam, we can use it like that. So far we've been pretty good with conserving our mana, being smart with our mana. I was pretty dumb with it there. I should have... You always want to front load the mana, aka use the judgment, get the seal online, get the blessing refreshed. That way the mana can... I don't have to cast any more spells. The mana can start regenning, right? But if I'm staggering it, if I like... You know, use the judgment, use the seal, and then I wait like 2 or 3 seconds, and then I judge or bless. I'm losing that time, right? I can be more efficient. Hogger is back up. He does have a really fast respawn time because a lot of people need him. So. Remember, all of our money from this point moving forward is being saved for that Executioner sword. That sword is probably going to be what I use for 10, 20 levels. And it's only one, well, it's like a gold and a half, almost 2 gold. Call it 2 gold. It's only 2 gold out of our budget, and I'm just thinking about it now. Since we're playing a Paladin, I don't have to worry about money for a mount. I'm pretty sure Paladins get a free class mount, like Warlocks. So I can kind of be a little willy-nilly with my money. I'm pretty sure they just have a class quest that gives them their mount. But let me do some research. Do Paladins get a free mount in WoW Classic? Yes, Paladins get a free mount in WoW Classic at level 40 through a simple class quest, saving them 100 gold cost for riding skill and the mount. Wow, yeah. Let's say I remember doing that on my my Paladin in Burning Crusade, but I didn't know if it was in Classic as well. So yeah, we don't have to do the grind like the rogue did. Our money is ours. We can buy the gear that we see from those random merchants that roam the world, like Antonio Pirelli or whatever his name is. We can buy extra food, drinks. We can buy the beer. I can buy the bottles of wine and stuff like that that I want to drink on this character. That's really nice. So for now, all of our money is going to be saved towards that sword, because I really like to get it before 19 or at 19. So we have 4 levels to get basically another gold piece. And then after that, our money is just going to mostly be used for things like bags, inventory space, food, gear that I can buy from random merchants all over the world, as well as blacksmith reagents. There are a lot of blacksmith reagents that cost a lot of money, like weak flux and all that stuff, right? Let's read the gold pickup schedule real quick. This note is a schedule with a list of days and times when a person, described only as the collector, will receive a shipment of gold from the mines in Elwyn Forest. From the schedule, it looks as if the collector resides near the Brackwall pumpkin patch in eastern Elwyn. This sounds important. You should report it to Marshal Dugan in Goldshire. Oh, you know who that is? That's going to be Dead Tooth Jack. Hail, Bill. Have you been killing gnolls?
I see you've been busy. You have our thanks, adventurer.
No problem. We'll take the schedule back to Dugan, as well as Hogger's Claw. And I can guarantee Dugan's going to send us to this area over here where we killed Thorough Slightfinger last night. And we're going to have to kill Dead Tooth Jack again. Now, because we had 15, we unlocked 2 new quests in the Dead Mines. You can see right there under the name, Instance, the Dead Mines. Again, we just don't do dungeons on these characters. I'm a completely solo experience kind of player. Do everything on our own, completely solo self-found. No gear from other people, no auction house, no grouping. Never asking for any kinds of buffs. If people buff us, great. But we don't ask for it. We don't ask for help, even if they're not in our group, right? Completely solo. What do we have here? 1 silver, 2 silver. It's about 3 silver there. 4, 5. Should put us at like 55 silver, yeah. Brick Whipper. What a name. I am down to buff everyone that we see and help all the people out, but I will only have respect for people that I see with this buff as well. You can see it on us, but Soul of Iron, obviously hardcore, and then Self-Found Adventure. I've seen so far 1 other guy on this character that had it, and he was a Dwarf Paladin as well. On our Rogue, we saw a handful of people, but you're way more likely just to see like normal people with Soul of Iron. Not a lot of people do the Self-Found Adventure because they just like to buy the gear from the auction house to make it easier. They swipe their credit card, spend $100 or whatever, buy gold, and then buy gear, which is just like, ugh. We talked about it last time, but wanted Hogger. Yes, Hogger's been a real pain for me and my men. You have something to report about the beast?
Ah, well done. I was starting to think no one would take down that monster. Here you are, adventurer, and thanks. That gnoll was giving me a headache the size of Blackrock Spire.
Let's take the balanced fighting stick for 6 extra silver here, because these pants, we would get 1 extra strength, but I would lose 2 stamina, same amount of armor. I'd rather just A, keep the set because it looks cool as a unit, and B, to me, I'd rather just have the extra stamina as well. So what? We haven't had our people working the Elwyn mines for months. Let me see that note you have.
I have heard of this collector, but I don't know whom he's working for. Thank you for the schedule. It will help us solve this mystery. If the collector is taking gold from our mines, then he's stealing from the kingdom. Bring the collector to justice, and bring me the ring mentioned in the pickup schedule you gave me. It may tell us whom the collector is working for. That pickup schedule says the collector is hiding out at the Brackwell pumpkin patch. You should search for him there.
Maybe it's going to lead into another chain after this, actually. So that takes us to 60 silver. I think we need exactly 1 gold, 89 silver. So let's aim for 2 gold. So we're about a quarter of the way there. And then we have to find Antonio again, which is always a struggle. I always find him when I don't have the money to buy anything from him. And then when I finally save up all the money that I need to get something from him, I can never find him. Because again, he roams from Westfall all the way through Elwyn, and then through Elwyn to Redridge. And he just takes laps. But when we have the money, of course, you know, in whatever episode that is, I'll pause the video as we roam around and try and find him, because I'll probably wind up spending like an hour just looking for him, but that's fine. So I think how this is going to work is we're going to actually go down to this hut down here where we have to kill those named Alliance Defias members in the hut that we've killed before. We killed them looking for this schedule. We'll have to kill them, probably head back to Dugan, and then Dugan's going to give me another quest, I think, to head to Dead Tooth Jack that's down here. So, boom, come back, boom. And then I think we're just going to hearth after we're done here completely. We'll be in Ironforge. I'll pick up the Finding Bingles and speak with Shoni. Shoni the Shylent in Stormwind. Samson. Give him a nod as well. I like a nod. Just a little. 2 men passing in the night. How are you, brother? Safe travels. I'm really digging the Paladin, man. It's got me in a cool headspace. Even in real life, it's affecting me. I'm reading my Bible. I'm in the gym, working on my body, trying to get strong for God. It's sick, man. It's so sick. Alright, let's eat another beer basted real quick before we head to this camp. I don't need an elixir. I should have used an elixir of Lion Strength when we took on Hogger, but we'll save it for Lochmadon. There's some elite quests in Lochmadon that are going to be challenging. Let's pop on a new Rough Sharpening Stone. Throw on a seal. And he's in this hut. Morgan the Collector. Ooh, gouge? There's the Collector's Ring. We'll head back to Dugan. The only quest that we didn't get is the Furrowbrow Deed, but we went ahead and just hid that quest because it's just like the schedule. At least we got one of them, but... The Collector's Ring, engraved with the words, "For years of service, EVC, Edward Van Cleef." You already know, baby. You already know. Edwin, sorry, not Edward. Edwin Van Cleef. Years of service. Look at all that copper, boys. Holy. I think at the start of next episode, we'll, but see, the issue is... If I use a lot of this copper to level up our blacksmithing, I'm going to spend majority of our money on new recipes, on things like weak flux, right? I guess I could make the belts. I need 4 of these belts for the quest and then 4 of the mauls. And the mauls are just kind of being held back by leather, but 12, 24, 36, 48. So I need 88 in order to complete this quest. But again, the more that I level up my blacksmithing, the more money I'm going to spend, which means the less money that I'll have for the Executioner's Sword from Antonio, so... But then again, on the other hand, I'm running out of bag space in my bank. I could buy a bank slot. I would get 6 more slots, but that would set us back 1/6 of the money that we've saved so far. Decisions. Dugan?
What can I do for you?
Did you find the Collector? Did you discover whom he's working for?
You found him? Well done, adventurer. He won't be collecting from the Elwyn mines again?
Those are cool
and this
gloves.
ring you found is interesting. It's a membership ring for the old stonemasons guild in Stormwind. Why would a lowly thief have an artisan guild ring? And why are the Defia's thieves collecting money from our mines? Difficult questions. I hope one day we'll have answers.
So, Edwin used to work for the Stonemason Guild, or was a part of the Stonemason Guild?
For the Alliance.
And that's it. Okay. Alright. Elwyn, complete. Everything explored, every quest done. We'll hold off on Humble Beginnings until we go to Westfall. So let's go ahead and hearth. Let's go to Ironforge. And we'll take this quest, Shoni the Silent, and that'll eventually take us back to Stormwind once we're ready, so. Nah, hold off on the drink for now. We're being responsible. I got a few glasses already. Speaking of, chug one real quick. And the further in we get, the more alcohol we'll be buying, and the more drunk we will be during the session, so. In game, of course, not in real life, but. So a stack of 20 heavy linen bandages goes for 4 silver, which that's a stack right there, and I need to do it for points in first aid anyway, so that will put us at like 65 silver. Let me look up the exact price while we run. Executioner's Sword, wow, classic. It is 1 gold, 50 silver, 24 copper, is that correct? Nonarn. Where trogs and leper gnomes roam stands our home. Nomergon. Our families lost, our homes displaced, scattered. Oh, how I long for the days of carefree Nomergon life, but those days are no more. We must make our stand. We must save Nomergon. Find Bingles.
We've lost contact with Bingles! He was sent on a reconnaissance mission over Nomeregan and hasn't reported back in over a week. I just know he's gone and blown himself up. He was last seen flying over the loch. Perhaps you can investigate, adventurer.
Yeah, we'll try and find him.
Perhaps you can help us in the battle for Nomeregan? In Stormwind you will find the commander of our underground assault crew, Shoni the Shilent. Shoni needs assistance with her gyrodrillmatic excavationators. You will probably find her amongst the dwarves in Stormwind. Good luck, adventurer.
Yeah, we'll look for her, but we're not going to help with Nomergon. Alright, I did pick up the flight path for Loch Madon when we were traveling through there for a quest in the past, so that's really nice. We can go ahead and just fly out there. Sarah Baloo. Who the hell? We have enough time to where we can start Loch Madon tonight, but we probably won't get too far into it. But I am very happy to be back in Dwarven territory. I think we're going to go down here and take those on first, as well as do like rat catching. This isn't a dungeon quest, but it is a elite quest. 19 plus. I'll probably try and take that on maybe 25, but those ogres, they hit really hard. It's actually a really tough quest to do, so it might be one that we have to hold off on. Unlike the rogue, I'm not as comfortable on paladins as I was with the rogue, so a lot of those elite quests that we did on my rogue, I'm probably not going to be able to do on the paladin. Like, I'll test the waters and see how it goes.
Dwarves might have fast steeds, but can those airy peaked griffins stand the heat of the great forge?
Thanks, Griff. Yeah, we'll test the waters and see how things go every now and then, but I'm not going to throw away a character for a dumb decision like trying to solo an elite quest that I have no business soloing. Like, especially on level. It's just not happening, guys. We're playing smart, okay? My goal is to get every character to 60 in hardcore. It's not to do every elite quest on level with the classes that I don't know how to play correctly, like a rogue, you're right? Like, we did it with our main, these side characters, these alts, where I'm like learning each class and mastering it along the way. It's just not gonna happen. I can get a pet down here. Well, that's the place that we talked about for where I'll get this guy's pet, but ultimately, like I said, every cent that we get is going towards that sword right now, so. God, I love Dunmoreau though, man. This place is just the vibe. It's so sick. And if I ever need copper, you do a quick lap in Dunmoreau and you are just loaded with copper. Easy 100 right there. If I could sell stuff on the auction house, this character would be loaded, bro. Take a look at the talent skin while we fly. I think I'm going Redoubt 5, Sword Spec. Well, no, Redoubt 5, Improved Devotion Aura 5. That'll give me 10. And then we'll go 3 in Shield Spec. I don't need Righteous Fury because I'm not tanking dungeons. So we go 3 in Shield Spec, 1 in Blessing of Kings, 1 in Precision. That'll put me at 15. Then we'll go 3 in Hammer of Justice, and then 2 more in Precision. That'll put me at the 20 mark. And then I mean, I guess I could take Blessing of Sanctuary and put it on myself. But I think I'd just go 5 points in Reckoning, giving me a 20% chance to gain an extra attack after being the victim of a crit. So I can Wreck Bomb. And then maybe even dip my points into Retribution at that point. Seal of Command would be really nice to get if I could figure out a way to get this as well. Gives a Paladin a chance to deal additional holy damage equal to 70% of the normal weapon damage. Unleashing the seal's energy will judge an enemy, instantly causing 46 to 51 holy damage, 93 to 101 if the target is stunned or incapacitated. That's really good. There's got to be a way that I can... What do I need? 11 points in Ret to get this. I think I can dip 16 in Holy, 25 in Prot, in 11. I'll do a talent calculator after we finish tonight and see if I can... I'll like custom work a spec for this guy.
Fill your tankard and pull up a chair. We've stories to tell and kegs to empty.
Set our hearth here for now. Hello. We want those 8-slot bags once we get that sword. Vidra, hearth stove.
There's never a shortage of empty bellies here in Thelzamar. Kids running in and out, workers from the excavation coming in after a hard day's work. We're famous for our blood sausages. I don't suppose you've ever tried them?
No.
No? Around here, you've got to work for your meals. And don't think just because you're a fancy adventurer, you'll be any exception.
Alright.
I'll need bear meat, boar intestines for the casings, and spider ichor for spice. You get me some of those and leave the cooking to Vidra.
So she'll make us 5 blood sausage, new food that we can eat, and a recipe to where we can learn how to make these, but they're not easy to make. You need bear meat, boar intestine, and spider ichor to make one. Honey? Dag to me. We do need to go back and read the few books that we haven't read. I think there was one... Oh, there's another one right there. 6 pages. We'll read this one by the end of the night, I think. Smoked bear meat. Now this is one that I probably want to just pick up. It's 2.5 silver though. Well, we'll make it back. Come on. I need to start making a list of books that I haven't read that I need to go back to. So real quick, let me pull up a notepad here on the side. Stormwind Library, I know there's one there, and then I think Lion's Pride Inn had a book, as well as Stout Lager Inn. Ironforge. What is it called? The Awakening of the Dwarves. I don't remember what World of Warcraft, Classic, Hardcore, Ironman, Paladin books to read. Save that for later, and that way if I ever, you know, we're just like, not tonight, we're not going to read this book tonight, I'll have it in the log and I can eventually, you know, go back and forth and read these books. Moorhand Coppertongue. Ooh. It's a nice little sword. 1223 plus 1 strength. It's basically like the weapon that we have right now. Okay. Magistrate Blunt Nose. We're going to hold off on that. It's a hell of a name. Need to talk to Brock Stoneseeker. Brock, mining trainer.
The best miner has a firm grip on his pick, a stout heart in his chest, and thick black dust in his hair.
Amen.
I see a lot of young dwarves at my door, eager to learn the trade of mining. And if there's one thing a miner needs more than anything, it's a pick.
True,
I have
true.
a list of mining students who scored high in their lessons and earned an honorary pick. Take my list to Golna Bouldertoe in Ironforge. He'll get the picks ready. The fastest way to Ironforge is on a griffin, so bring the list to our griffin master, Thorgrim Borrelson, and speak with him about transport to Ironforge.
Alright. Can I read that list? I can. Below is the list students who obtained a Platinum Star grade at Brock's School of Mining and Surveying, earning them an honorary miner's pick. Malia Stoneshaker, Bardin Ironband, Umi Togglevolt, Rumi Togglevolt, and Vorel Steelspire.
The best miner has a firm grip on his pick, a stout heart in his chest, and thick black dust in his hair.
Hold off on learning how to smelt silver. Jern Hornhelm.
Prospector Ironband is heading an excavation of ancient ruins east of the lake. His progress has been slow lately, especially considering all the supplies we've sent him. Ironman's a stout, honest dwarf who values results, which has me worried that forces are at work against him. Go to Ironman's excavation and speak with Magmar Felhue. He manages the details of the site and will know why there's a slowdown. To get to the excavation site, go around the southern tip of the lake, then head east.
All right. Keep your feet on the ground. Great to meet you. Let's just poke around. I probably won't have a lot of time tonight to actually get into questing. We only have 10 minutes left, and I need to take all of these quests as well as read that book. So ultimately, I think we'll just let's poke around Thelsamar here, see what it's like. Every dwarf has that painting. I like it. This is a cozy little hut here. I like, and that's his wife. His wife is fine with him having this like pornographic painting on the wall. Mountaineer Cadrell.
Welcome to Thelsamar, your home away from home in Loch Modan. Thelsamar is a nice place, but it's not all beer and salted meat for those who answer the call to duty. If you're willing to face danger in the name of the Alliance, then read the poster outside the Thelsamar branch of the Explorers League.
Rat catching.
We have a real infestation problem to the west. Tunnel rat kobolds have moved into the foothills, setting up dens and fouling our land with their filth. We want them eliminated. Hunt them, bring me their ears and earn their bounty. You can find tunnel rat kobolds and their dens west of Thelsamar, littered along the mountainside.
Right, and then Mountaineer Stormpike's task.
I hear Mountaineer Stormpike is looking for a runner. Someone to do a little travelling for him. How about it? Are you the person for the job? If so, then you'll find Stormpike at the top of the Northern Guard Tower.
Right.
See you soon.
Thorgrim.
Mark my words, you won't find faster griffins anywhere in the Eastern Kingdoms than the ones right here in Thelsamar.
Honor student. Have you had your fill of Thelsamar so far? Are you ready to leave for another city?
You have to get this to Ironforge, For a small fee, I can put you on the back of one of my griffins and it'll take you there. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
For just a few coins, one of my griffins will take you to Ironforge. From there, deliver Brock's list to Golner Bouldertoe. You'll find him in the Deep Mountain Mining Guild. That's in the Great Forge district of Ironforge, which is right where my griffin will drop you off. Speak to me again when you're ready for the journey.
Perfect. So it'll cost less than what we'll make, but we're not going to do it tonight. I want to head to the south, take these 2 quests, and then head to the north, take these, well, turn 1 in and take those 2, and then probably head back to Thelsamar. We'll read the book, and at that point we should be probably a little over our time, but that's fine. And then tomorrow when we start, we'll just do nothing but Thelsamar. We've got tunnel rat ears to catch. There's a cave around here that I want to go to that should have a ton of copper and hopefully some tin, as well as there's probably a chest in there. We need to farm spider ichor, bear meat, and boar meat, and get as much of it as we can. Even like extra is fine, because once we learn that recipe we can cook it, right? And then obviously, you know, this will give us some quests, this will give us some quests. Bingles is over here. Down here is a Magmar Felhue, which is where we need to go for another quest. We've got more quests from Prospector Ironband, and then there's a lodge over here. It's a hunting lodge, and they'll give us quests to hunt different creatures throughout the zone, and slowly as we hunt them we'll have more advanced quests. So we have a lot to do here in Loch Modan. Mountaineer Cobbleflint in defense of the King's land.
We need to protect the Loch, adventurer! With so many of the King's soldiers fighting valiantly on remote battlefields, We've become overwhelmed on the home front. Trogs are tunneling up from every crevice. The Trog infestation poses the largest threat to Ironforge. These disgusting mutants must be destroyed. We need you, brave adventurer, to venture forth and lay waste to the Trog threat. Slay 10 Stone Splinter Trogs and 10 Stone Splinter Scouts and report back.
Easy enough. We get 5 silver and 30 copper from the cheese. Mountaineer Gnar and Mountaineer Gravelgaw. Those are some names, boys. I think we were here before and we checked if there was any books, and there wasn't. Mountaineer Wallbang and Thorvald Deepforge. Yeah, I remember talking to Thorvald Deepforge. A lot of meat, a lot of beer, but no books. Which is good. Dwarves don't really care to read. I could roleplay that, but we're a little more refined because we're a paladin. We had to read, right? Captain Rugelfuse. Rugelfuss? I'm going to say Rugelfuss.
Adventurer, you may or may not be aware of the Trog threat looming over Dwarven lands. With the Ironforge Reserve called up to the Alliance front, we are left with a fraction of the defense forces needed to keep these lands safe. My regiment is assigned to watch over the gate here, and we cannot leave our post for fear of invasion. But we need some pressure put on those damn Trogs lurking in the hills. If you're up to the task, wage an assault on the Trogs. Bring me back 8 Trogstone teeth as proof.
Sure. 2 birds, 1 stone, kinda-ish. Mountaineer Tyrol. I like the Mountaineers. Then Mountaineer Calmir. I wouldn't mind this guy becoming a Mountaineer one day. Live in the mountains, protect the passages. Who do we have up here? Mountaineer Veek. And then the Dwarven kings. Nice statues of them. Yeah, it'd be a nice life once we're done with our quest to spread the light on the land. Mountaineer Zeren. We just we retire. We roam the path. We keep the peace here in Lochmadon, in Dunmoreau. That'd be nice. I think I'd like that. Once this guy's level 60, I'll probably like retire him over here. You know, come sit him in one of these guard houses, and he can be a mountaineer for the rest of his days. All right, last thing, we'll go talk to Mountaineer Stormpike, talk to the boys up here, see what these mountaineers are named. Take these quests. I think both of them are delivery quests, I think. Mountaineer Droken. That's a crazy name. And then we'll head back to Thelsamar, we'll read our book, and then we'll get out of here. Mountaineer Sten. A graveyard for all the mountaineers before, I'm assuming. Men and women of Thelsamar. Mountaineer Crag. Mountaineer Camjar. I like that each of them are uniquely named. They could have just named them like Dwarven Mountaineers, but no, they went the extra mile and gave them all like fantasy names. I really like that. We'll be Mountaineer Bale one day. Once we're done helping Azeroth, we're on a holy pilgrimage of sorts. I could be killing Boar and Spider on the way, but I kind of want to just save that for tomorrow. I mean, I should. Screw it. Boar meat, boar ribs. We need boar intestines, though. Mountaineer Flint. He's got his own ram. Yeah, this mine is where we'll come tomorrow for the tunnel rat ears. I believe it's tucked just back over there. Algaz Station. We have here Mountaineer Brock and Mountaineer Zwarn. No books out there. Mountaineer Morin. Sister. Gothar Brum and Mountaineer Luxt. Either. Any books? Any books? Doesn't look like it. No books. Once again, dwarves don't care to read. Mountaineer Yutha. Mountaineer Hammerfall. Mountaineer Stormpike. Well, if it isn't a young, bristling paladin, no doubt drawn here by talk of my exploits in fields of battle. No time for stories now, for there are great, important deeds that need doing. So if you're looking for glory, then luck shines on you today. Stormpike delivery. You come all the way from Stormwind. I hear it's getting dicey down there in the human lands with brigands and orcs running about. A perfect place for a paladin to prove their worth.
Aha! So Grimman finally finished my axe. I can't wait to try it against some trogs and kobolds. Many thanks, adventurer. It was a long distance to travel for this delivery. Here are some coins for your efforts.
7 silver for our efforts. Mountaineer Stormpike's task.
That's right. I have a task that I can't do while I'm guarding. In fact, it'll take you far from Loch Modan. Your perfect chance for adventure.
Okay.
There is a dwarven armorsmith whose work I admire greatly. His name is Furin Longbeard, and his skill is unmatched. I need a new shield, and I must have one of his. The problem is, Furin is far to the south in the dwarven district within Stormwind, in human lands. I can't imagine why he would live there so far from Ironforge. The humans must pay him a king's ransom to keep him there. So if you want to travel and don't mind making some money, then will you send Furin my request for a shield?
We got him his axe. Well, we got to get him his shield too. 6 silver for that. That's nice.
Silver Stream mine to the east ran dry long ago. It was converted by the Miners' League into a storage depot. But now kobolds have moved in, putting their filthy paws on good dwarven tools. We'll root out those vermin soon enough, but the League wants someone to get their gear out of the mine before we warriors tromp in there and break things. It'll be a tough delve. You might want cohorts at your side. The gear is stored in Miners' League crates throughout the mine. Good luck.
Go to the Silver Stream mine and collect 4 loads of miner's gear. Return to Stormpike so we could get the Iron Heart chain. This is really, really good. It's an extra, call it 40 armor and 4 stamina over 1 strength. It's pretty damn good. Or we could take the Iron Plate buckler, 328 armor, which is basically double the Thuggish shield here. And we get 2 spirit with 5 block. This only has 3 block. The shield is pretty tempting. And then Robes of the Keeper. That's okay if I was like a mage or a priest, but realistically I think we're going to be taking the chest piece. 40 extra health is just nice, man. I mean, the shield is also nice, but yeah, I think we're going to go with the chest piece. Alright, let's head back to Thelsamar for the night. That's perfect though, because that's where we're going tomorrow. So in order, we will... I guess I'll leave them all open, but we'll take on the Tunnel Rat Ears, all the while trying to kill every boar, bear, and spider that we see. While we get the Tunnel Rat Ears, we will also get the miner's gear from that cave. There's probably going to be some copper and some tin in there, as well as a chest, hopefully. And then after that, we'll start working on trogs. We need to kill 10 of each, just regular trogs and scouts, and we need their teeth. And then after that, we'll start, it'll probably give us some chains to start branching over to the right side, but we'll talk to Bingles, we'll talk to Iron Band, we'll head to the hunting lodge, start crocolisk hunting and a hunter's boast. This eventually leads into an elite quest, if I remember correctly, but kill 6 buzzards. You have a timer too, it's like 15 minutes to kill them, right? Let me buff Sten, give him a wave. Next time we're in Stormwind, I need to remember to head back to Lion's Pride Inn and read the book that was there, and then also go to the Stormwind Library and read that big book. Just kind of stay on top of it. Hops and Hots. Give him a buff. He's not self-found, but he is hardcore. Alright, let's have a little seat. I can't. I guess I could roleplay it. Klepti. Alright. Ironforge, the Awakening of the Dwarves. In the ancient times, after the Titans departed Azeroth, their children, known as the Earthen, continued to shape and guard the deep recesses of the world. The Earthen were largely unconcerned with the affairs of the surface-dwelling races and longed only to plumb the dark depths of the earth. When the world was sundered by the Well of Eternity's implosion, the Earthen were deeply affected, reeling with the pain of the earth itself. The Earthen lost much of their identity and sealed themselves within the stone chambers where they were first created, Uldamon, Uldum, and Ulduar. These were the names of the ancient Titan cities where the Earthen first took shape and formed. Buried deep beneath the world, the Earthen rested in peace for nearly 8,000 years. So, Uldamon obviously is in Classic WoW. Ulduar is in Wrath of the Lich King, and Uldum is a zone that I think you visit in Cataclysm, if I might be misremembering that, but Uldamon is a dungeon in Classic, and Ulduar is a raid in Wrath of the Lich King. Ulduar is probably my favorite raid of all time, and one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in WoW. Though it's unclear what awakened them, the Earthen sealed within Uldamon eventually arose from their self-imposed slumber. These Earthen found that they had changed significantly during their hibernation. Their rocky hides had softened and become smooth skin, and their powers over stone and earth had waned. They had become mortal creatures. Calling themselves dwarves, the last of the Earthen left the halls of Uldamon and ventured out into the waking world. Still lulled by the safety and wonders of a deep place, they founded a vast kingdom under the highest mountain in the land. They named their land Khaz-Modan, or Mountain of Khaz, in honor of the Titan shaper, Khaz-Goroth. I didn't know that, that's really cool. Constructing an altar for their Titan father, the dwarves crafted a mighty forge within the heart of the mountain. Thus, the city that grew around the forge would be called Ironforge ever after. Really, really cool. This is why we read the books. I didn't know that. That's sick. So they named Khaz-Modan after Khaz-Goroth, the Titan that, I guess he was a Titan shaper. That's sick. The dwarves, by nature fascinated with shaping gems and stones, set out to mine the surrounding mountains for riches and precious minerals. Content with their labors under the world, the dwarves remained isolated from the affairs of their surface-dwelling neighbors. Damn, that's sick. So, dwarves, obviously, they came from the Earthen. We have read about that and knew that before, but it's cool that they were basically this, like, they're the original race, right? And they eventually lost their abilities because of elf meddling, right? But yeah, the Well of Eternity, it sounds like that was really their turning point where things kind of got messed up. But either way, alright guys, we're going to call this one here for now. I will probably be on tomorrow afternoon if I don't get sucked into Marathon like I did today. I'm going to try and record an episode tomorrow afternoon, and then after the gym tomorrow night. I do have some studying to do. I'm starting to work on an electrical degree, trying to become an electrician, so I do have some studying to do and some note-taking to do. But after I work out and take my notes and do my studying and stuff, I'll probably try and get in another episode tomorrow night, so hopefully 2 tomorrow. But yeah, getting excited. Got a lot to do on the Paladin. I'm stoked, having a really good time. We are in Loch-Modan. We'll take that on tomorrow, so I'll see you guys then. Thanks for hanging out. Peace and love, and God bless gamers.